Good day, everyone. This is Rich, and in today's video, we are going to discuss a recent support situation I dealt with the web host SiteGround and how important it is to have a good support team when things go wrong. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. I hope everyone's doing well, and let's get into the video. So the other day I came downstairs to my office and discovered that one of my websites was not functioning properly. Actually, it's one of my biggest websites. I was loading the pages and it was just taking forever, and it's usually in Lightning format. Really fast server, really fast hosting at SiteGround, which is one of the top on my top 5 lists. If you check out theafternoongrind.com, you can see a link in the description below after this is all done, why you should set up an account with SiteGround. So anyway, I came across my website. It was just not loading properly. I couldn't get to the back end. Once in a while, it would load quick, and it was intermittent. It was obviously some kind of routing situation. So back in the day, I was a network engineer, and when things went wrong, it was on you, and you had a lot of pressure from like the CEO or whatever person at the company was on your butt, making sure you get that thing up as fast as possible. And our ultimate goal was to make sure everything's up 100% of the time. But I understood, and they understood, that things could go wrong. But the problem is, when things go wrong, they're not making money. People aren't working. People aren't functioning as normally as they would. And in my case, my traffic wasn't showing up. And when the traffic doesn't show up, I'm unable to make any income. So I instantly went to SiteGround.com and logged in, and this right here was dropped down about 2 inches, and there was this check status report. Here's an image here. I'll show you. Okay. And once that I saw that, I was like, "Oh, cool. Okay, so they already know there's a problem." And it's almost like when your power goes out and you got to contact your electric provider and tell them your power is out. But sometimes they say, we have an outage in your area. You're like, cool. I don't have to go through the whole, process. So I didn't have to contact anyone. They knew something was happening. And I just want to show you what they provided for me as I was checking the website throughout the morning. So here's a little video I did. And it was like, I would say it was around 7:30 I noticed this. Obviously, they had a problem at 7:10, or found out about the problem around 7:10. And you could just see they're just communicating with the upstream provider and whatnot. And I'll just play this a little bit. And as I'm going through, every half hour, I'm checking. It says, "Dear customer, we're still dealing with it. Dear customer, we're still dealing with it. There's no ETA." But at least it wasn't like it wasn't not getting fixed. It was just they were working on it. It was going to take some time. And I knew that. Obviously, if it went more than it did, I would be a little bit upset. I was not frantic. The problem is you get frantic when you don't have anyone to talk to, or there's no one else out there to help you out. So when you have a site that's making you money, you definitely want a good web host. And in this case, I knew they were working on it. I knew they were doing the best they could to get it online. It wasn't necessarily their fault. There's so much, there's so many things that can go wrong with data centers and whatnot. So as you can see, we're getting into 8:23, 8:49, quick update, then 9:17, half hour later almost. And then 9:17, 9:46, dear customer, we updated, and there is still public incident. They give me a little bit more information, but I'm just refreshing this page constantly to see if there's an update. My site was working. The thing is, I think certain connectivity was not from certain data centers across the world. So certain people will get my site. I was noticing some traffic on the website using analytics and things like that, but it wasn't my normal stream of traffic. So 10:20 or 10:19 and 10:59. And now I'm starting to get a little annoyed because it's now 11:30 and they're still communicating with the upstream provider or whatnot, and it's top priority. They're trying to make you feel better about it, which is fine. They should. I think that's the critical part here. They're communicating. They know there's a problem. They know something's going on, and they're just being transparent and telling me what's up. Now, they could be putting this up there and saying something else was but in this case, I don't think so. I just think that they were having this kind of situation. They're just kind of keeping us informed, like, hey, we're doing what we can, but there's not really much we can do. So 11:30 comes around, and then 12:23 hits. It says, we're happy to inform you that the unexpected connectivity issue at our upstream network provider has been resolved by the provider, and the connectivity to your hosting server is restored back to normal. So it gave me a check mark, status update. 5 hours of downtime. If it happened the next day, then they definitely have a serious situation. But I think it was a one-time thing that, it could happen down the line, but not when you have continuous issues like daily or weekly. It's time to think about a different web host, or you asked for a new data center or something like that, because obviously something's not working properly. But in this case, it was something that was able to get worked out pretty quickly. 5 hours, at least it was the morning. I guess, it depends on what you're doing. But it does make it difficult if you're trying to run a business and, you don't have the support you need to tell you what's happening. And in this case, SiteGround came through. I'm not saying, everyone's going to have issues. All web hosting have some kind of issues at some point. And I just like the fact that SiteGround was updating me on the, every 20, 30, or even hour, like, hey, we're working on it. Hey, things are happening. Hey, that makes you feel good, right? Like sometimes when you're in a situation where you have no control, you're wondering what's going on, and no one's telling you anything. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. So now, the fact that they were hitting me up all this amount of time throughout the day until it was fixed, I felt really good. So I just want to put that out there, let you guys know, hey, SiteGround in the description, link below. I appreciate if you sign up for that. And if you want some good web hosting, fair pricing, obviously you have the beginners plan and the medium plan and all that stuff. So all these plans are very similar. It can be pretty expensive at SiteGround depending on what you need, but the extra few bucks when you have support like this is just critical. It's critical. So that's it. I just want to discuss that with you. It's just a status update, basically, of a web hosting that had an issue and how they dealt with it, and how you can, feel good knowing that it's going to get fixed and you're going to be back online and everything's been working perfectly since this status update. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. I look forward to hearing from you. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll be back soon with a new video.